Welcome dear viewers for visiting my channel. State-level polling indicates a close race. However, new surveying in Wisconsin shows a flood in just excitement. At the point when President Joe Biden declared his choice not to look for reappointment, the Washington Post's normal of surveys, like those of different news sources, started to move toward the liberals and to their new chosen one, VP Kamala Harris. What wasn't clear, however, was where that development would stop. Could Harris's lead continue developing, giving her the kind of lead official legislative issues hasn't seen starting around 2008? Or on the other hand, was this to a greater extent an inversion to the new standard, giving Harris a slight edge broadly and in swing states, one that may be dissolved on political race day? By now, obviously the circumstance is the last option. The vote-based show is little enough in the rear view reflect that any impacts are currently heated into the numbers, as is Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s support of conservative chosen one Donald Trump. Perhaps those things counteracted one another. Perhaps neither made a lot of difference. In any case, the surveys are about where they were half a month prior notwithstanding. The public edge normal moved to Harris by under 1 point. 6 of the 9 swing states that the post tracks have Harris leads. On the off chance that she wins those 6 states, she'll tie down 64 discretionary votes to Best's 43, giving her a restricted 14-vote electing school triumph. Yet, in 3 of those expresses, her benefit is under 3 rate focuses. In each express, the certainty stretch in our normal considers either contender to win. One of Harris's better late surveys was distributed Wednesday by Marquette College Graduate School. It showed Harris with an important lead in an express that has been chosen by under a rate point in every one of the beyond 2 official political race cycles. That can or will change. What's maybe more valuable to consider, all things being equal, is one more piece of the survey. The part where Marquette followed a leap in excitement among popularity-based citizens. A month prior, 6 out of 10 liberals said they were exceptionally excited about casting a ballot in November. Now 7 in 10 do. In each poll, roughly 6 out of 10 Republicans expressed that level of enthusiasm. This, excitement, turnout, is the basic inquiry pushing ahead. Assuming surveys keep on showing slight benefits for Harris or Trump, their capacity to get individuals to really project polling forms can swing the outcomes the other way. Without a doubt, Taylor Quick's underwriting was a pleasant credit to Harris. Yet, it was the vocalist's support for her fans to enlist and cast a ballot, a message many promptly acknowledged, that might be generally noteworthy. That pitch expands the quantity of, for the most part, youthful, for the most part, ladies who vote. They will presumably cast a ballot, for the most part, for Harris. In a number of states, early voting begins in a matter of days, allowing campaigns to immediately bank votes. By and large, leftists are better at this. Episodically, they were better in Pennsylvania in 2020, assisting Biden with winning. This year, Trump's mission has generally deserted a planned turnout activity, leaving it rather to outside bunches that won't necessarily in all cases keep Trump's political decision at the highest point of their need records. In any case, liberals are better at turning out rare citizens since conservative electors, frequently more established and richer, for the most part need less goading. The test for political spectators is that turnout is difficult to anticipate. For instance, we can assume that many voters will vote in November or earlier in order to safeguard abortion access. Yet this is difficult to quantify. Yes, large numbers of those voters influence the outcomes of some elections and ballot initiatives. Will that example hold for a high turnout official race? Will different issues arise that pack down on or spike new energy on one side or the other? It's additionally conceivable, obviously, that the surveys aren't finished moving. Harris's ascent has slowed down, yet her solid execution in the discussion could infuse a smidgen greater development toward her. Who knows if the endorsement from Swift also adds a percentage point somewhere. Overall, 66% or a more noteworthy measure of likely residents in all of the 6 states, Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, Pennsylvania and Wisconsin, expressed therein an action somewhat sure that votes in their state will be anticipated and counted unequivocally, going from 68% in Arizona to 79% in Wisconsin. Wisconsin is the primary state where a larger part, 52%, say they're extraordinarily sure in regards to the accuracy of their state's popularity-based cycle, with 46% in Michigan, and something like 4 of each and every 10 in the overabundant states imparting equivalently high conviction. Nonetheless, the results in each state similarly show a wide and continuing with political cove on trust in the constituent structure, rehashing Trump's reiterated attempts to undermine trust in it. At Tuesday's conversation with VP Kamala Harris, Trump again wouldn't perceive his political race hardship in 2020, a place that follows electronic diversion posts made last week in which he did whatever it may take to charge political race specialists expecting he retakes the organization, and raised ludicrous attacks on the authenticity of distant vote based in Pennsylvania. The protected presumption, however, is that final voting day will show up with public and state surveys looking something like the manner in which they do today. Then, rather than how Americans feel about the candidates, the next president of the United States will probably be decided more by who votes.